A small red light blinked on, and the intercom atop the desk...
Wait, hang on. You got to do the intro, though. You got to go, Bodega.
Sorry. Bodega, part Nueve. A
Thanks.
small red light blinked on, and the intercom atop the desk of Sheila Bam barked, "Forms! Infernal thing! What in the crackle flarf?" From the next room, a voice shouted, "Sheila, could you get me a pile of them R580V Croncon text forms, please?" Sheila smiled and rose, shuffling towards the filing cabinets in the corner. She quickly located the R580Vs and took them through to Bodega's office. "Here you are, darling," she said, setting them on his cluttered desk. "Shoot, I can't get this gork-damn intercom to do a flarvin' thing. I'll just set the hollering if I need you next time," said Bodega, scowling at the small smoking intercom unit, a thin zip blade embedded in its face. He'd wanted one of these since it seemed like a thing people had in offices. It made the office look more officey.
It's very 80s.
Very 80s. It was garbage. Total waste of skrells. Sheila smiled and turned to leave. Working for Bodega was challenging. He loved technology, but also hated it. He was lovable, but also a terrifying and heavily armed killer on the run from the feds. But it was steady pay and had good dental coverage, so Sheila was happy. Her teeth were a mess. As she was leaving his office, she noticed Bodega had written some names on a whiteboard on the wall. "You got the numbers for all that lot, or do you need me to get the galactic interlocatron out? Most of these fellers ain't had contact details for years. Gonna need the old GI for this one, yep," said Bodega, leaning back in his chair and putting his feet up. "And how about some Scoffee?" Scoffee was short for Space Coffee, a name so stupid even Bodega balked at using it. But Scoffee was great. He felt like a real office person when he put his feet up on his desk and asked for his secretary to get him a cup of Scoffee. She knew how he took it too. Scream and 2 scruggers. The ideal color for a cup of coffee was, in Bodega's opinion, perfect tan.
Nice.
And to ensure Sheila knew this exact shade, he'd taped a photo of the ideal cup of Scoffee next to the Scoffee machine. He also had a tiny surveillance camera that fed straight into his computer terminal so he could watch her while she brewed it, to ensure there was no poisoning, mussing, nor fooling going on with his beverage.
Right.
Nice.
About 10 minutes later, just as the Scoffee was kicking in, a notification popped up on Bodega's screen. Sheila Performance Review, it said. "Flarv. Time to let Sheila know how she was doing and such." This was what management was all about, he guessed. "Sheila!" he shouted. A moment later, she entered his office. "Sit your butt down, Sheila," said Bodega, trying to look kind of official. There was a long silence. "You're doing great. Now get me a Scoffee," he said. She smiled. She smiled and left his office. Bodega clicked complete on the pop-up, and that was that. Easy. "Bodega, I've got some contact information for those people on your list," shouted Sheila. "Send it through," he bellowed. "Okay," she hollered. In it came, reams of information about the 9 people on Bodega's get list. Gork bless the interlocatron. The galactic interlocatron was a vast listening device and database. It grabbed every unscrambled signal, unencrypted message, phone conversation, or any other form of communication and stored it. Even casual, real-life person-to-person chats in a public place were likely to be overheard by some kind of listening device and duly recorded in the GI database. Of course, access to anyone other than super high-level federal types was forbidden, but Bodega had lived his life by the simple credo, "Forbidden is for Bodega." Now he needed to get in contact with those bastards and find out if they were interested in his project. They would be. After all, how could they turn this down? The chance to form the 10 most bastardy bastards into one mess of murder and carnage and just do shit. Flav. That was the problem. He knew they had to have a big idea beyond just do shit, but it wasn't coming to him. How could he go out and pitch do shit to 9 people like him? It needed a hook. "Sheila, could you come in here?" Sheila, of course, obliged. "Sheila, what in the flarv is this all about to you? What's the point of it all?" asked Bodega, tipping his hat back so he could see her face real good. "Well, you just have to try to do right by people around you and try not to leave behind more of a mess than already was there when you arrived. And just enjoy life," she said sweetly. "No, I mean, well, we ain't getting those folks together to throw a darn baby shower or help some old people fix their plumbing. We're up to no good, see?" he said. Well, honestly, I thought you were planning on overthrowing the Federation, and I just thought, well, why not?" "That's a pretty tall order, missy. I ain't one for rebel causes. I just want folks to leave me alone," said Bodega. "Well, what if it was a sort of Bodega-style federation, like your own version," she said. Bodega contemplated this idea. "Too much paperwork," he said, eyeballing the already mountainous pile in his in-tray and imagining that scaled up to running a galaxy. "No, I just meant the shooting part," she said. Bodega grinned. "Now that I can get aboard with, missy," said Bodega, turning his chair towards the viewport and gazing out at the asteroid field they were concealed in. Yeah, this could work. His own version of the Federal Morality Police Division, the humfunkers who'd locked him up in that mindfuck of a prison a few months back. A group of people who folks could turn to for justice when those who were meant to be just were being unjust or just kind of dicks. I'll call it Bodega's space rescue force of people he knows. Sheila winced. We'll brainstorm it, Sheila, all right? The end.
I like the vibe, the whole 80s small
Bodega's
business.
idea of what a business would be like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's a very 80s vibe to Bodega's business.